Alright boys, welcome back to another video of K1 Speed Phoenix. My name is Ralph, and we're actually going to be doing a race review today between two very strong racers from last year, Kaden and Luke. Now, if you guys are watching and you're doing the current GP in 2025 uh, for the adult races, you might want to pay attention to this one because Kaden is still competing. And I believe he's in the top three in the standings last time I checked. Very quick guy. So we're going to see. I think this is his worst qualifying like the entire year. I don't think he got much worse than this. So it's always interesting to see how these consistent A guys get back up on top of the pack. And this is actually me in front of him. If you guys haven't watched my October video, which I'd be surprised if you haven't at this point, it's been 3 months. I gotta start reminding myself, bro. I gotta stop reminding myself. Yeah, I didn't have a good race here. I mean, this was the end of it right here. I mean, I couldn't go back outside because of the guy we just passed. And then at this point, like, Caden's acceleration just got me, and I was on the outside, and I was never able to pass him again. So, I mean, here we go. Like, lap 3, he's already passed 3 people. It's on a generational run here. And we actually have four other guys, but arguably the 4 and 5 quickest guys in the top 5. So it's going to be a tall task for Kane to get there, but clearly his car's quicker, so we'll see how he does. But yeah, where have I been, dude? I've just been busy. I've just been busy living life. Honestly, you know, when it came to the videos, I was kind of prioritizing them less and less as the year was closing out because I was really focusing on making sure I kept my top 3 in the standings. Because I still don't live in Arizona, so yeah, I was kind of focusing on that. I was doing my own thing. My girlfriend has been doing her own thing, the one that makes my thumbnails. Yeah, I mean, I've just been living, but I've also been, cooking something up for the channel, not related to K1, that you guys might see soon if anybody's interested. So keep a lookout for that, because it's been very fun. So, anyways, back to the race. Had a little buffer period there while Kaden catches up. Yeah, this pack of 4 is still kind of trailing each other. We have a snake line going on here, and it's very, very difficult to overtake anybody if you have, you know, such a strict snake line like that one. Kaden is catching up, though. I mean, if any of them start racing each other, side to side, it's going to slow down massively. And I think this actually happened, like, this lap. Let's see here. Yep, I remembered correctly. Yeah, Luke and Gio, I think, got into a little physical altercation there. Spun one of them out. And, yeah, I mean, it clearly helped Kaden out get back to this pack. He wasn't close up until that red, which Preston put down very quickly. Like, good on him for the red flag there. So yeah, Kaden is behind Bradley here now in the number 37 cart, and this snake is closer than ever. I mean, after that red, they seem to all bunch up again. But yeah, Bradley is kind of starting to lose speed a little bit here from the other 3. And Caden's trying to find an opportunity to pass. Again, this track is very narrow, but there are quite a bit of passing opportunities, especially when somebody screws up. So, we're seeing when Kaden can do that here. And I think it was this lap that he actually tried going for an inside pass right here. and Bradley blocked it. So Kaden's frustrated about that because, you know, he lost a second or two there. But he caught up very quickly. I mean, these guys are starting to race each other up here now. And same thing as the last lap. Kaden's going to try the inside of this three-pointer. But he slowed down a little too much there. He's still frustrated. And honestly, dude, I'm kind of... I'd be kind of surprised if Kaden and Luke remembered that I was, you know, making this video in the first place. It's kind of funny, dude. It's been a while. But, yeah, Bradley, I mean, look how much time both of them have lost in the matter of, like, a lap and a half. Yeah, at that point, Bradley was just kind of being too slow. Kaden had to get pretty physical. Just bumped him out of the way. And he has a bit of a, a multitasking problem now, because he's trying to catch up to this pack with as much speed as possible, but he also has to keep in mind the fact that Bradley's still right behind him. So you still have this snake going on here. It's very volatile. The lines here, very volatile, because every person behind the next person is trying to pass. So you basically just have this conundrum of you know, people are going too tight on corners because they're just trying to squeeze in. So then nobody goes wide, and then there's just no opportunities after. And that's just kind of the quirks of, you know, indoor karting in general. I mean, you really have such like limited space, which is why overtaking people is almost always a big deal and satisfying, and you know, but you still got to do it cleanly. These aren't bumper cars. They might look like bumper cars, they're not bumper cars. So I think this is where Kaden finished, actually, was in 5th. So we're going to see him cross the line, and to him, I'm sure he felt like he had a lot left to be desired with this race. Oh my god. That was a freaking lick, dude. Holy moly. But yeah, Kaden was in 5th, I believe, in the standings at like by the end of that race. And again, they're in the October video, the standings going into November. And the November GP I'll also have out pretty dang soon. But here we go with Luke's race. He's actually starting a lot further up in 4th. He's already in that pack that you saw towards the end of Kaden's race. I took the inside line. Just doesn't want to risk anything this early on. I mean, there's 16 laps. This is the longer version of GP. I don't know how many other locations have 16 laps. It really depends on the carts and how long the batteries can, how long the batteries are guaranteed to last. So, yeah, 16 this month. I think a majority of the carts were starting to become, you know, pretty decent again. And it was starting to cool down at this point, but it was still pretty dang hot in Phoenix. But yeah, so Connor and Gio were kind of fighting each other up here. Connor in the 14, trying to pass up, and those two are in the top 3 at this point as well. So they're trying to finish as high up as possible. And of course, I finished, what, 8th, 9th this GP. So I kind of fell back down a little bit. And it allowed Gio to regain the lead of the championship. I mean, I was just so far down in points. Went down to 2nd, and Connor almost passed me for 2nd as well. So I almost went back into 3rd. But anyways, enough about me. This is a race review, Ralph. This is a race review. Yeah, Luke's kind of just biding his time here. He has Bradley behind him still from you know, what you saw in Kaden's race, but he's not as worried about Bradley coming in and you know, taking him out. Bradley's not really aggressive like that, which isn't a bad thing. But you see there, wow, that's interesting. That's the first time I've ever seen that. Something there. I think they were both kind of sending it into that corner, and Connor might have accidentally braked and the auto brakes just stayed on for a little too long because he slowed down like crazy. So it's kind of crazy because they were racing each other and they were actually kind of gapping Luke. But you know, that explains why those two guys were in the top three. Yeah, Luke's kind of just waiting it out. At this point, Kaden's also kind of, you know, coming into the mix back there. You know, 1 or 2 laps and he'll actually be in there, but he never passed Luke at that point, so I don't think we'll see Kaden here. Yeah, I mean, wow, Luke was in 4th for quite a while, huh? I've never seen like fully through this footage, so I'm kind of doing like live reactions now. I think this was the it was Connor. It was Connor and Gio. Connor looks like he spun Gio out on accident. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I've never seen like the full footage of this, but I've done so many redos trying to do the commentary on this stuff over and over like the past couple of months because I just never got around to finishing it. That's the main reason it still hasn't been up, but I'm back on it. Gio's kind of I don't know if he's slowing down or if he's kind of just racing here, but Connor's kind of right on his bumper, and Luke's as close as ever, and he actually passes these two at some point, so we'll have to see how he does it. Now Luke's not racing this year, as far as I'm aware. I mean, he might come in for 1 or 2 months, but this is not a guy you have to worry about at the Phoenix GP, so you guys can wipe some sweat off your brows or whatever. Dang, dude, Luke must have made some clutch passes. I mean, we're lap 11, he's still in 4th. Oh, here we go. Inside of Connor through this back straight, and he passes Connor right there. Connor just, it was just such a small window. You know, props to Luke for finding that and being there at the right time. He now has to pass Gio, which is really, really difficult. I mean, I remember being behind Gio in January, and I was never able to pass him as much as I wanted to. He just makes his car very, very wide. Really good at defending and keeping his pace at the same time. I mean, that's what makes that's what makes a driver. Yeah, here we go. 3.5 laps left at this point for Luke to capitalize, and to Luke and Kaden, wow, Luke really squeezed in there, and he passes Gio, or will he pass Gio here? This is how Kaden passed me in this race. So he nearly passes Connor and Gio the exact same ways. Minimal contact, in my opinion. It doesn't get much cleaner than that if you're being aggressive. But yeah, Luke and Kaden, you know, every point matters. It's October. There's only 2 more races after this one, and they're in 4th and 5th, trying to get into a top 3 spot. So I'm sure Luke was feeling a little hopeful, especially after this race where I finished, you know, near the back. But this was really my last bad race of the year. That's like a half spoiler alert. Did get better afterwards, but man, after this race, just my hopes seemingly were dashed for a 1st place in the state championship. But yeah, Luke and Kaden did pretty well, all things considered, so figured I'd have the review for both of them. They sent me their footage that month, and I can't believe it took me, like, how many days ago was this even, dude? This race in particular was nearly 5 months ago. Like, almost half a year, dude. I'm slacking off over here. But, yeah, if you guys want to see the standings for November, check out the November video when it's out soon. I'm going to have it out very soon. And I'll put the link in the description for that one
Dude, grab the
as
other
well, so you
same shit
guys.
when I passed Connor.